We know so few things about everything that surrounds us that we could be surprised when we discover the truth. Here are a few more astonishing truths about our world. Bottled drinking water has been promoted as cleaner and purer than regular tap water, but in a recent study, 1/3 of bottled water showed significant chemical or bacterial contamination, including arsenic, nitrates, carcinogenic compounds, and coliform bacteria. Bottled water is rarely tested for purity. A study by the Environmental Working Group found that 10 popular brands were filled with chemical pollutants and bacteria, some at levels comparable to tap water. While tap water contamination test results are made public, bottled water manufacturers do not disclose their test results. This could be attributed to them being protected as trade secrets. Each brand of bottled water has its own mix of pathogens, contaminants, and waste that give the product its unique, refreshing taste. According to government and industry estimates, nearly 40% of bottled water is plain tap water, often without any additional treatment. Nearly 99% of imported foods are never inspected by the FDA or USDA, the two agencies responsible for protecting Americans from contaminated products. A pound of peanut butter can contain up to 150 insect fragments and 5 rodent hairs. 1 in 5 office coffee cups contains fecal bacteria and E. coli, which can cause diarrhea, food poisoning, and infections. Not surprising, given that most office coffee tastes as if it were made with feces. Attention vegetarians, many low-fat or fat-free yogurts and sweets contain gelatin, which is derived from animal tendons, ligaments, and bones. Finishing is a process used by most wineries to remove particles and impurities from wine. Typical fining agents include isinglass, collagen from sturgeon bladder, gelatin, and bull's blood. Even when grapes are hand-picked, some insects end up in the picker's baskets. Workers simply don't have the time to individually inspect every grape during the process. Most wines are produced from grapes harvested by machines that cut everything in their path, including branches, insects, rodents, and even larger mammals, which can end up in the final product. This is known to winemakers as MOG, or material other than grapes. In 2001, the Ontario wine region in Canada was hit by an invasion of ladybugs, which infiltrated many wineries in the area. When agitated, ladybugs secrete a powerful and unpleasant liquid containing pyrazine, a flavor similar to rancid peanuts, which was noticeable in numerous wines from that vintage. Molds are tiny organisms with root-like structures that penetrate deep into the foods they grow on. While some molds are safe, like those used to make certain types of cheeses, Roquefort, Gorgonzola, Brie, most molds are not safe for consumption, as they can contain Listeria, Brucella, Salmonella, and E. coli. Bacteria multiply between temperatures of 40 degrees F and 140 degrees Fahrenheit, approximately 4.4 degrees, 60 degrees Celsius. So be cautious when reheating foods in slow cookers or thermic containers. Parasitic roundworms like Anisakis simplex, commonly found in fish, can cause anisakiasis in humans, a condition characterized by severe abdominal and gastric pain, nausea, vomiting, and abdominal swelling that can last for months. Long a staple in the American diet and economy, corn is a carbohydrate-rich food with a high glycemic index that fattens calves and does the same to people who consume it excessively. Corn is present in nearly everything we consume. It's the primary food for the chickens, pigs, and cows we eat. The source of the corn oils found in many snacks, margarines, and baked goods used to produce high fructose corn syrup, the most widespread, cheapest, and according to some opinions, most dangerous sweetener, and the source of numerous food additives. Meat-producing cattle evolved to thrive on grass, but are regularly fed corn, which has catastrophic effects on their digestive systems, necessitating a constant regimen of antibiotics to keep them healthy. Many ecologists believe that salmon farms could have a catastrophic impact on wild salmon populations worldwide. Concentrations of solid waste and nitrogen from the farms can poison marine life, and many researchers fear that escaped farmed salmon could soon invade and decimate wild stocks. By 1999, 1 million farmed salmon had escaped into Puget Sound and British Columbia waters alone. Peanut allergies affect about 4 million Americans and can be life-threatening. Almost half of annual emergency room visits and 2/3 of deaths caused by anaphylaxis are due to peanut allergies. Peaches, apples, nectarines, and strawberries are among the top 6 foods, considered the dirtiest according to research by the Environmental Working Group. Over 90% of samples of these fruits showed detectable pesticide levels, even after washing or peeling. Independent studies show that bell peppers, celery, kale, cabbage, carrots, lettuce, and potatoes are the vegetables most likely to expose consumers to pesticides, despite being washed or peeled. Red-tinted foods like fruit-flavored beverages and strawberry-flavored yogurts are often colored with carmine, derived from ground cochineal insects. For some people, carmine can cause severe allergic reactions and even anaphylactic shock. Citrus red No. 2 is often used to give Florida oranges a brighter and more appealing color. The same color has been banned from food processing use as studies have shown it to be carcinogenic. Before 2007, Girl Scout cookies were made with hydrogenated oils rich in trans fats, although much of the trans fat has been removed from recipes now. They are still high in sugar and saturated fat, so it's not a good idea to consume a whole box of tagalongs in one sitting. A diet rich in processed meats, such as sausages, hot dogs, and deli meats, increases the risk of pancreatic cancer. Thank you for watching. Subscribe.